Hello everyone, this is Red Robot, and let's talk about the soldier changes in the Tough Break update. Quite a few changes for soldier, mostly nerfs across the board, and a few that are more like reworks, but the changes to the weapons so far I pretty much agree with and I like them all. So let's start with the biggest bazooka. Now this weapon was crazy good before this nerf. But just being able to unload 3 weapons on people just anywhere around you, especially around corners, seemed really unfair. The overload jumping was really strong too. It's not something I've ever been like really good at, so I haven't been able to show it off in my videos, but because I've never really taken the time to use this weapon. But when a skilled player has the biggest bazooka, it's so easy for him to simply just overload jump over you, then unleash 2 rockets down at your team, which can take out just a whole crowd of people. It's crazy. So the nerf they've applied is that they decreased the blast radius of these rockets by 20%. And that's a really good nerf. It means that it's a lot less effective at kind of the long range spam, because each rocket has to be a little bit more aimed, and as you know, they have the kind of random deviation. It doesn't really fix the whole walking around a corner into a 3 rocket spam of big bazooka, because it's such a close range, it doesn't really matter. But it's a good start, and I like the change. So good overall. Oh, and another thing that this nerfs is Soldier's ability to spam out rockets in single units. You can actually fire them really quickly, just firing them one by one with the biggers, which was really OP. And this will mean that these rockets will have even less splash radius, making them even less effective in general. Moving along to the airstrike. It's a nerf. Changed the blast radius when rocket jumping. They reduced it by 20%. So that's a 28% reduction when compared to stock overall. And this is pretty big. The airstrike was really strong after gunmetal. They made it pretty much just like a rocket launcher that could get up to 8 in its clip, and that you could fire them out really fast mid-air. It was crazy. So I'm really happy they changed this. They changed it in a way by decreasing the blast radius. It means that a skilled player can still do pretty much the same thing with it. You won't have, of course, that massive AoE to take out things like sentry nests anymore, but you'll still have the fast fire rate, and you'll be able to farm kills and do whatever you want with this really fun weapon. Another thing to consider is that because you have less blast radius on your rockets while in mid-air, you're going to have to get closer in order to deal more reliable damage, which also means your enemies have more chance of, dealing any sort of damage to you. It can be a bit difficult for some classes to deal with you when you're up high in the sky. So I really like this change. Good overall. This weapon was OP, and hopefully now it's in a good place. They didn't completely nerf it. It's still got some uses, which is great. I love that. Also buffed to the panic attack. You can now hold your shots and fire whenever you want. Not individually, of course, you have to fire them all at once, but it's useful. The weapon is a lot better than before for sure, but I'm not sure that it's really viable on Soldier. He's not really the best option for it, unless you maybe a pocket or something. The Katana received a complete rework, and honestly I really like these changes. Before it was kind of just a random crit farmer, but now it seems like it's a weapon with a little bit more of a purpose, and that's a little bit more usable in my opinion to do cool things, and I'll definitely be making a terrible tactic with this weapon in the future. So what do? It's now considered a sword, which means it has increased holster and deploy time, but increased range. So it's be weird kind of using this weapon with longer range. We've been treating it with like the same range as the shovel and the bottle for the longest time, so it'll take a little bit of concentration to to get used to that. But also, Ono band has been changed. Instead of never being able to put it away if you don't get a kill, which was awful, it now just does 50 damage to you if you want to pull away, and if you don't have 50 health, you just can't put it away at all. So that's a good change in my opinion. It makes it a lot more user friendly. And they changed the 100% life restore on kill to 50% health gain on kill that can result in overheal. That is awesome. I can't wait to go on Conqueror Zatoichi sprees. Really fun weapon it looks like so far. Can't wait to use it more. Oh, and they removed random crits. That's kind of a big deal. The Conqueror received a really nice rework. Instead of just healing 2 health per second all the time, which was really dumb in combat, it heals 1 health in combat when you've been damaged recently, which ramps up to 4 health per second when you're not fighting, which is really cool. I really like this change. Conqueror is still my favorite weapon, and now I just like it even more that they've removed the most BS part from it. The reserve shooter also received a nerf. No longer switches all round switch 2 speed, and just boosts the switch 2 speed and switch away speed by 20% and 15% respectively. But the main nerf is that it no longer mini crits any airborne target. They have to be forced into the air via knockback or a rocket jump or grappling or air blasting. So yeah, this is really good. It was really dumb how you could gain free mini crits for just people walking off ledges or whatever. So great change overall. However, now that it's not a good kind of niche counter to scouts as Soldier, it's probably not a very good weapon on him at all anymore. And last thing, Market Gardener got a nerf, 20% slower firing speed if you're using it properly to get Market Garden kills. It'll be fine. If you're swinging at people on the ground, you will get punished, which I like. That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the Tough Break update and the controversial changes it implemented. That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the Tough Break update. I've got some opinions on Pyro next that you might not find to your That's all I got for you right now. That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the Tough Break update and the controversial changes. Fuck. That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the Tough Break update and the controversial. That's all I got for you right now. Fuck! That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for the How do you do this? That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the I should write. That's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the tough fucking hell.